Good morning and welcome back to my channel. We're in Morehead City today. I've been here for probably 3 weeks to a month, and this morning we're headed out to the beach. It's Atlantic Beach, so we literally drove from one coast to the other. Here we are. I'm busy. This is the condo, or the condotel that we've been staying at. I've been rather confused about the name this whole time on whether it was a hotel or a condo, but apparently that's not a thing, and that's just what Cam and his dad call the place. But you can like own or rent these condos, and they're in Morehead City, which is probably like, it was like 15 minutes from Emerald Isle, right?
It's Atlantic Beach.
Yeah, but Morehead City is the city.
No, this is Atlantic Beach. It's the city. Yeah.
Never mind. We're in Atlantic Beach, so I just have some news for you. Basically, we've been here for like 3 weeks, and I had filmed a bunch of really in-depth content, and I was very excited about it. And then I went to upload the footage the other day because it has been over the course of 3 weeks because we've been kind of spread out, and I wanted to just make it one big, I wanted to make it the same episode. I had 5 SD cards, and they were all, what are you doing? So, and they were all, they didn't have any of the footage on it. So I don't really know what happened to it. I tend to record stuff on my phone and then airdrop it to my laptop, and I'm wondering if I just deleted it when I was cleaning stuff out because I always have to clean out my laptop like every night, so it's fine. So anyway, I'm just kind of having to start over, but if you see random clips where I'm wearing completely different outfits or something, that's because they're from completely different days, but it's still valid information, so that's what I've given to you. We've been staying at this condo, I think, for like a week. We're actually about to head out tomorrow, or the next day. Is it tomorrow?
Tomorrow.
And then we're headed to the mountains of North Carolina. It's kind of vague where we're actually headed to because we thought we were going to be going to that RV site that I've been talking to you guys about. We called and they said they still don't have any availability, but we just happened to have met someone who has a cabin in that area and just wants to let us use it, basically, if we just pay utilities. And so we're going to drive up tomorrow, fill the cabin out, see what that situation's like, just taking it one day at a time. So yeah, enjoy this next footage.
Enjoy this next footage, and then you just sit and eat oatmeal in front of the camera for 5 minutes. Got it.
He looks so sad.
No.
Just pull him up into the air. Why are you killing him? Someone asked that they were going to also be living lost this year or next year, and they wanted to know if I had any tips or advice for like anxiety or nervousness kind of going into the unknown. My advice to that would be don't overthink it, because if you're worried about things like running out of gas and your car breaking down and like people you don't know and like where's safe to sleep, like that kind of thing, then I wouldn't look up those things on Google, because when you look those things up, chances are you're going to find a bunch of horror stories and it's going to scare you out of making the trip itself. Not because those are the most common scenarios, but because you're just, as a human, you just happen to like remember or recall those less positive experiences more than you do the positive ones. I wouldn't overthink it. I wouldn't do too much research. I would just like go follow your intuition about it. I would save up a decent amount of cash. Like I think when I left for like a month-long road trip, I had $2,000 I think saved up. But it's nice just to have it in case you do need it. Don't overthink it. Save a little bit of cash. Bring a friend if that makes you feel better. Don't try to avoid the uncertainty too much, because I think that's kind of what That's kind of like the most empowering part of all of it. All of these irreplaceable situations that you really couldn't have planned for or you couldn't have orchestrated. So another cool thing about this place is that, like, while we've been here, we've actually had 2 separate workspaces. So I'm in an abandoned yoga room right now. So Cam's dad has a rental space out here in New Bern, which is like an hour from Atlantic Beach. So I've kind of been working out of the condo at Atlantic Beach, and then Cam has a space that's set up here where he's been doing his production and mixing and writing and whatnot. And then every once in a while I'll come here and I'll work, because it seems like about every day after around 3 or 4 o'clock the whole place clears out, and we have a key to the place, so we can just come when everyone's, you know, not here, make as much noise as we want. It's actually where we filmed the Killers video that you guys saw previously, and this is where I've also been doing all my handstands and stuff, because nobody uses this yoga room. I don't know why, because it's awesome. Tonight we're gonna actually be staying here. It's about 7 or 8 p.m. and we're gonna go through some of the notes for the record, as well as bouncing some instrumentals, so I can go ahead and shoot those off to my manager and get that ball rolling. But yeah.
Nice.
I believe so. I have to pull up my laptop. Wow. It's fine. Yeah. Alright guys, I think that's going to conclude today's episode of Living Lost. We actually just got to North Carolina, and or the mountains portion of North Carolina, a couple of days ago, and I've already started recording that episode, which is going to be the final episode, it looks like, and it's probably the coolest one yet. So thank you guys so much for subscribing to my channel. If you haven't yet, hit the subscribe thing that I'm going to put at the end of the video, and I will see you guys on the next episode.
No. Does this help at all?
I don't know.
I love phasers.
Why am I in a spaceship? It sounds like an accident. Literally drove from the Pacific Ocean to the Atlantic Ocean like psychopaths. So right now I set up kind of a backdrop in the backyard of our Airbnb with like some string from Hobby Lobby and then a sheet I got at a thrift store the other day. And then I got some clothes at TJ Maxx, something from Salvation Army, and then I just did my makeup and stuff, and I'm gonna bring you guys through this little weird shoot that I'm doing right now with only myself. I showed you all on my last stories kind of just like how cheap and in a budget a lot of the photo shoots that I do are. Anything that is like of myself is a self-portrait. I never do photo shoots with other people, just for convenience purposes. And so I just wanted to like highlight that, just how cheap it is and how accessible it is to get creative with and stuff.